Just answering questions with WebTech. Part of this video will state what a person typed to me, but I'm not going to include it in the description because it'll immediately get my channel flagged. Also, their comment won't archive because YouTube has hidden it very heartily, because the person almost fan fiction produces a conspiracy theory involving children that is disgusting. I'm going to be addressing it in this video because it is 100% a goddamn lie. Stop reposting it and claiming that you're a warrior for God or something. Periorbital ecchymosis, I think is the name of it, appear 2 to 3 days after basal skull fracture or subgaleal hematoma or due to cancer, and are also called raccoon or panda eyes. They are caused by head injury or anything from the neck up, no other part. And they do happen in children who have been battered by someone beating children violently about the head. This is not a symptom of a person being abused to produce androchrome. That is a lie. Period, full stop. And people will show pictures of individuals who are injured this way that have been beaten about the head. And there isn't any yeah but. It's literally just people lying about it so they can get parents who are conservative and have been taught, who've had it drilled into their head, that if you look up a fact and it contradicts a conspiracy theory you heard, it must be a lie. Trump's 9 executive orders to combat child trafficking were not laws. They had no force or power. People want to bring up that he's doing the Save the Children thing. Organizations, by the way, including Save the Children, state, no, that's not what's going on. He's also not doing some secret anti-cabal doing this. And if you want to believe this, that means you don't care about facts because you can look this up. Trafficking prosecutions, punishing child traffickers and general human trafficking, dropped during Trump's administration. They've been climbing during the Obama years because they were able to catch people. And during the Obama years, the U.S. Marshals Department created a Missing Child Unit. It was started and became active. They sought to identify and recover 300 missing children, all in Michigan or whatever, in a particular period of time, a very short period of time, in 2018's Operation Not Forgotten. This wasn't Trump running it. He was aware that it was happening, but him simply not getting in the way isn't active. Those of you who believe this meme about Donald Trump, can you choke it out of your throat without the devil burning your tongue out, that the person who created anything like a child protective force searching for missing children that ended up saving 300 children in less than 30 days was done by the U.S. government, not Trump, or even worse, will you admit that it was Obama and previous presidents and everybody working in the government? Some of you people are so anti-government that when they do something right, you have to attribute it to anybody else because it makes them sound nice. This was something that was approved of by every side because nobody wants to be seen, number one, as being anti-child, and number two, even the Republicans that are willing to cost you having child care for some fucking reason are willing to actually expend a little bit of money trying to find missing children. Trump dancing around like he had anything to do with it is disreputable. So let's get on to people making comments. I'm so disgusted with churches that declare themselves a donation source, a charity. People professing Christianity, they do in fact know exactly the twisted evil they partake in. This is an assertion by somebody. Well, at least we can agree on one thing. At least some of the people who claim to be trying to save the children or be, godly are lying. Good. You're part way there. I create by inspiration, and out of all of my videos, what you speak of is maybe in 5. Your channel has content where you're doing creative work, which I acknowledged, and in some of them, the only ones that I could see that I may have commented under, and I still can't find my comment, so I think it's been erased or YouTube hid it again, I commented on some of the videos, or one of the videos, having content that basically was, fanning the flames of QAnon bullshit, and it wasn't really about that. and it seemed like you may or may not be exploiting it to get page views, and or maybe selling your jewelry or your creative works. Your focus is targeted on that subject. These are gifted if I feel to do so. I do not sell any of that. My mistake. My caps lock is for emphasis, not screaming, just so you know. Wrong. You hit caps lock and typed. You didn't selectively caps lock. I don't believe you. But okay, let's say I made a mistake. I'm not kidding about that. Let's just decide I made a mistake by assuming that. I don't believe you, but we're going to call it a mistake because that's reasonable. Okay. Doesn't make any sense, but okay. I'm halfway through the video. Had to stop because you said putting your link was a threat, but it was a compliment. The way you phrased it, and with the caps lock being stuck on, it did not look like a compliment, nor did I think it was a threat. I was simply saying I can't find the video where you were supposed to have linked back to a video. I commented under a bunch of people's videos on the where we go one, we go all conspiracy theory idea of it being JFK and having anything to do with QAnon when it has nothing to do with any of them, and it's mostly people just seeing it in a movie. Period. And that's it. And that made 2 people angry with me, including this individual. I put it under her video where she had the expression there, and I noticed she had several of them. Okay. And that was inspiration for her artwork. Okay. And she wasn't caps locking in response to being angry because I pointed out that the entire idea of this having anything to do with Trump or QAnon is horse shit and is a lie, not a mistake. And it has nothing to do with JFK. And again, I can't find my comment there, and the person was apparently saying, I put a link to your video. Okay, but I couldn't find it. I might have jokingly said you were threatening to put a link to my video. Some people will say, in caps lock, have a blessed day. I'll pray for you. I'll make sure there's a link going to your channel so my viewers can see it. It really does sound like a threat, but in this case, I wasn't really assuming it was a threat, but let's say it was, or wasn't. I'll say it wasn't a threat and you were giving me a compliment as you claim. Because that's reasonable. Objectively, anyway. Trump has been in charge of rescuing these children. No, he has not. That is a lie. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a bullshit story. Basically what happened is an entire portion of the population that are women and have children did not like Trump. He scored badly among parents who are Republican or on the fence, and trying to get them to vote for him was difficult until they made a claim that he made 9 proclamations in support of stopping child trafficking. He didn't do anything that had an effect on the law. He didn't do anything that had an effect on arrests. He just simply didn't get in the way. Just like he didn't release all of the JFK files. He simply actually got in the way of them being released at one point and then got out of the way and let them be released. He didn't proactively do a goddamn thing. He wanted press coverage. He wanted people to vote for him. He wanted mothers to vote for him, so he did the "for the children" meme, literally. Just like him holding a Bible, I say he was holding it upside down and backwards for that photo op. It was a photo op in my opinion, but I can't prove it. Again, that's my truthiness, my opinion, versus the facts where I can state factually, I can't prove he had any intention of any kind. I can't. And yeah, it was actually the police force that cleared out the protesters, not really him doing it. They were just making sure he was safe because, yeah, that was an unsafe situation he was walking into. Okay, next. They obtain, you mean liberal Hillary Clinton baby eaters, obtain the substance being mentioned here, of course, being androchrome. And this is where you went off on something that YouTube won't let me say okay to. By abusing children and infants. And this causes something you're calling panda eyes. And then you put in an abbreviation for copulation of children, saying the blood vessels pop in their eyes, black circles in the sockets. And obviously I'm not able to include that in the description of the video because it'll get flagged. Why is your side of the fence obsessed with repeating and regurgitating a lie? Again, panda eyes, and I checked a dozen sources. Go talk to a fucking doctor, please. Are caused by head injuries. It is something found in child abuse, but has nothing to do with you imagining a child being tortured in that way to acquire androchrome. Androchrome is an organic compound that can be made in a test tube, and you can, and I've made the statement no one's been able to contradict yet, that you can make it for a penny a pound. Why would you do something perfectly legal, cheaply, and then decide, now that we know how to do this, let's go off and do some ritual satanic abuse, which would, of course, play into somebody's conspiracy theories and get us thrown into prison or killed. One of these doesn't fucking make any sense, and you and people like you keep repeating this in the comment section. I'm not going to be nice to you about it. My original assumption that you were just simply putting where we go one, we go all was just you maybe trying to get page views has now been destroyed because you're repeating this shit. That is not how androchrome can be made. There's no reason to do that. You can buy it. But the pure stuff, it's the same compound. Molecules don't change based on the emotional state. You can also create a vat-grown material, and if you want to, you can give it the stimulation you believe would be done to the interior of the brain of a person being tortured, but that's not how biology works. You're fantasizing, and I'm saying this, fantasizing about children being violated in ritual abuse involving the devil to get something you claim liberals use to not age, which is what this is about, and I'm not reading anything into it. You are now confirming every bit of this, while Donald Trump is saving you in some very weird MCU universe that always seems to involve children being hurt, and you guys repeating this crap like it's a bad fanfic. Like the kind of shit we see in someone's manifesto before they shoot up a school. This kind of shit is not allowed here. You need to get some therapy. The reason people give you this shit is because it causes outrage in people. And there's two reactions to this. One of them is to fact check it, find out it's bullshit, and then tell people stop doing that. And for some of you, you don't fact check a goddamn thing, and you go around and spread this meme. This is pathetic and disgusting. And you do this so that you don't have to think straight when you justify murdering somebody. Are you going to go shoot up a bunch of liberals now? Why are you doing this? And of course, someone will flag the video. Well, you said these things. Yes, I'm asking someone, why are you thinking this way? Do you understand that you've been turned into not a soldier, a Christian soldier, a soldier for God and Christ, but the devil's handwork, handmaiden, something? I'm sorry, but this is disruptive to me, trying to even interact with you. The thing is, I can't even erase the comment because I can't find it anymore. YouTube won't even let it show. You can't put me in a box with everyone else. I'm an individual. Act like you're not a sheep, please. In my life, my experiences, and in my beliefs, I am a unique person, as I am sure you are. I can't listen anymore to you, your group comments. They don't fly with me, oozing with sarcasm, but half right about the religious people. No, you are part of a groupthink bunch. I said it mostly to be antagonistic, maybe trolling, partially, but also saying this is what you look like. Now you're confirming it because you're regurgitating this shit. Stop consuming it. Talking to a wall that can only reverberate things read. You mean fact-checked and not experienced? You didn't experience any of this. And if you did, you need therapy. And the stuff you're repeating, again, isn't real. And then you say it's mute rather than moot. If somebody just reverberates or regurgitates things that they've read. I go up and look up what I've read is the assertions you're requoting badly. Only in researching what you do not believe in to prove it do you find answers. Yes, and you're not doing it. I don't want to fight. I don't want to debate. You came here for that purpose. I just don't like being misunderstood. I'm sure the same applies to you. I didn't really believe this about you. Now I'm sure of it. You have removed all doubt. You are obsessed with believing things that are not true so that you can feel outraged, so you can get a motivation to get up in the morning, I guess. I don't understand. All I know is you're not saving the children or helping them, and you're repeating lies, including about Trump doing things he didn't do when Obama did it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with it.